to have her share her work with us. So, ladies and gentlemen, Bethany Johnson.
I'm Bethany Johnson, and I write very openly about trauma, mental health, and my healing. When Sabira asked me to do this, I had looked over my previous blog posts and none of it really felt right, so I set an intention to let go of all expectations of what to write, and this is what I got, so I'll read it out. Hopefully everybody can hear. I love this calm serenity that pours in spirals from my heart. My heart is ready to take the lead. I can feel it burning in my chest. It's a plead. Let me lead, it says. I can show you the way. The real way. A way that you have never witnessed before. Just you wait. I'll show you miracles like you can't even imagine. I will fill your soul with love. I am your soul. My love will take you places. Just you wait. And you wait. With impatient patience. All you have to do, my dear one, is let go. You do not need to grasp. No, you do not need to grasp. You don't need anything. All you need is me. And I have been waiting for you, with my impatient patience, to let go. And now you are ready. And I will catch you when you fall, because it's impossible for you to fall. And I will catch you when you fall. Let's go. I love this feeling of openness, of my heart opening. I just feel so grateful that I am now brave enough to let my heart take the lead, to feel my heart in my chest, a golden spaciousness. It is becoming. My heart, it is becoming my whole. I can feel it taking the lead. But I haven't always felt like this. God no. About a year ago today, I was experiencing an intensely packed scattering of post-traumatic stress episodes. Although I was constantly flooded with feelings of fear, I still had hope. Hope that once I had finished university, that it would all be over. You see, it all started when university began. The worst of it, anyways. But I won't go into the details here. So nearly a year ago today, I went to a workshop. It was in a beautiful place, hidden, perfect to experience an innocent and pure connection to nature. I had had an episode a few days prior, and God did I feel exhausted and manic, incredibly manic. But I went. All I wanted was to connect to the plants in front of me. You see, it was a plant spirit workshop, and in case you're wondering, we were to connect to a plant outside, and through a shamanic journeying method, we would journey to speak to said plant spirit. I was sat in front of some bluebells, on the rain-sprinkled grass, drawing them, noticing them, how their petals looked as if they had been painted with watercolours, how delicate the petals looked, and how sturdy and strong the stem was. When I feel back to this, I can feel the whispering magic the bluebells projected, even though at the time, I just couldn't sense it. So sat in front of them, I could recognise their beauty, but as an image, I couldn't feel it. I couldn't feel anything. My awareness was completely taken up by my mind, and it had turned hateful. What is the point of this? I'm sat here, drawing a plant, trying to feel how this plant feels, and I can't feel anything. I just want to be. I don't want to be anywhere. Everywhere just feels the same. Everywhere feels threatening. I can't connect with anyone or anything. So what's the point? What's the point in anything? I'm filled with fear. But I carried on drawing and trying to feel something. We did 2 shamanic journeys. Both of the journeys came with messages, but I only heeded the first journey. Our first journey was collective, with the spirit of lavender. I travelled to a beautiful and serene green field, and a graceful and radiant woman approached me. Safety. We will provide you with safety. When you work with us, you will feel safe, the radiant woman said. A few nights previously, I had been begging into my pillow. I whimpered. Please. Please. I don't want to be afraid anymore. I'm so afraid of everything. I'm afraid to be alive. Please. I don't want to be afraid anymore. So the promise of safety certainly felt like a relief. I feel, though, that the second unnoticed message was much more important in the long run. I journeyed to visit the spirit of Bluebell. All she said, though, over and over again, was, let go, let go, let go. Let go of what? I thought. Feeling safe was much more important. Letting go of what? I pondered only for a few seconds. I just couldn't understand. The following day, I treated myself to a hot bath full of lavender essence, and I can tell you, I felt the constricted manicness leave my body, to be replaced with a soothing and open calm, for the first time in ages. But the following day, my fears had returned. However, the sinister fear had gone. It was the manicness that wouldn't subside. I thought, if only I can make up my mind about what I want to do, on the direction I want to pursue. But I jumped from idea to idea, grasping onto any relief that I could get my feeble hands on. One idea at first rendering me an insignificant amount of pleasure, but something none the least, then quickly turning into fear and lack. Lack of belief in myself, lack of belief that anything in my future could bring me any hope, and quickly, any idea drained of joy. But the sinister fear, that had gone. But I hadn't even noticed. It's only through looking back that I can realise this. I was too stuck in the toing and froing of the opposite ends of my mind, struggling to find a middle. In the coming weeks, I'd be going to a festival, a healing festival in Portugal. I couldn't engage with the concept at all. I wouldn't have been going if a dear friend of mine, whom I barely got to see, hadn't have asked me. I actually felt incredibly reluctant to go. I couldn't see how the experience could benefit me in any way. I knew from lack of enough money that I would have to sleep in the airport. This terrified me. I was afraid of something even slightly off-putting happening and triggering a post-traumatic stress episode. A post-traumatic stress episode in front of people I don't know, in a foreign place. I just don't know how I would have dealt with that. So the night before my flight, I begged the universe for help. I begged for everything to be okay, and my prayers were answered. As soon as I got to the airport, I saw 2 people who looked like the type of people who'd be at a healing festival, but I was too afraid to speak to them. but fortunately, they weren't too afraid to speak to me. And yes, they were going to the same festival. And we bumped into some other people also going to the same festival. And guess what? The majority of them were also going to be sleeping in the airport. I arrived there hours before my friend was due. So I took a stroll over to this magnificent lake. I sat on my yoga mat and began to meditate. Twisting. I could feel twisting knots in my heart and my throat. I would focus on these points, bringing all of my attention to them. The pain would subside for about 30 seconds, and then it would come back with a vengeance. I also felt from time to time a sharp sucking in my belly, all symptoms of anxiety. It's like this inability to live in the present moment. My fears created from my past, chained with my worries of the future, all manifesting in my body. And I was incapable of feeling still and at peace. And I don't really know what took over me. Maybe it was because I was away from the normal day-to-day life. So I so intensely, at every moment that I got, pleaded for the release from my suffering. I walked around the labyrinth, hand on my heart, begging that I'd be able to let go of my suffering. And minute by minute, I felt the twists and knots in my body relax. After each meditation class, after each yoga class, after each moment of the sun caressing my face, after each dip into that beautiful lake, after each movement that my body would make, glided by the rhythms backed by love, my fears began to dissipate. But there was one event in particular, sound healing on a huge scale, and I felt the vibrations of the sounds move through my body. I could feel the clusters of pain, where all the negative memories and thoughts were stored, and I felt the vibrations push them out of my body. And then I felt like golden air, like golden liquid air. How can I even compare this feeling? And I giggled joyously. So this is what it feels like to trust the universe. The following days I had left in Portugal, magic followed me. Usually I'd be that person, scowling because I wasn't meeting the people I wanted to, or attracting the experiences that I wanted. But this time, everything was just happening. For the first time, I experienced true ease in my life. I felt what it was like to be in that flow. I felt what it was like to let go, to fall into that beautiful place of presence, to feel that golden spaciousness around me, for my body to be filled only with love, to trust completely that I am taken care of, truly. And here's a poem inspired by one of my experiences at this festival. I want to feel my tenderness, to express what it is that lies in my heart. I want to be able to express myself authentically. I am here to love every cell of every being. I am here to experience, to feel the thunder from the earth, from her core, shimmy and shake up my legs, enabling me to soar, from cell to cell in my body, to feel her electric current, my hands in a dance, from chakra to universe, your thunder, your beauty, transformed to inner heart ecstasy, and I am grateful for this life. And that's it. Thank you.